Hello, in this video we're going to change out the air filter on a Toyota Avalon with the 3.5 liter V6, the 2GR-FE engine. And as you can see, this isn't spin the wing nut off and swap out the filter kind of situation going on here. First of all, there's a hose here, and there's a hose on the other side, not this one. I know, black on black, I'm sorry. But right here, going into the air cleaner, got the mass airflow sensor, and you also have a clamp going into this box here. Now, I thought this was a silencer. I'm not sure. I'd probably have to look it up. But there's two inlets. I think there's a silencer underneath here. So I'll show you that when I take it out. So we start off with 3 lockdown clips. 1, 2, and 1 is hidden over here. And then there are 2 hinges on the back side here. And you can lift this up very carefully. Pull the old filter out, put the new filter in, you're done. Of course, I don't do that because I like to go in there and clean the box up. Now, because this car has so few miles on it, I didn't think it'd be as dirty as it was, but it was full of leaves and dirt and everything, so I've already cleaned it up. I'm just waiting on a filter. I had to order a new Toyota filter. Spend the extra money and get OEM. Big difference in filter quality. So I'll show you how to take off this top unit without breaking anything. There's a little guard to protect this hose right here, and there's no guard on the other side to protect this hose. Let me tell you what, if you break that off, you're going to be hating life. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, let's get started here. All right, the first thing I want to show you is that you want to lift these tabs up out of the way. You know, they'll catch if you don't. And there is enough room for you to lift up and take the old filter out. You can work it out and lift it up far enough to get the old filter out and put the new one in. But that's a bit of a struggle, so I'm going to take it off completely. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is these hoses here. There are 3 of them, and I like to use a body panel pick here and take them off that way. And notice that I am pushing them off. I am not pulling them off. They could be really stuck on there, and the last thing you want to do is pull the hose off and have it break on you because it's a little bit of dry rot or something like that. If they are really stuck on there, pushing them off is a heck of a lot better than pulling them off. So that's out of the way. That's step 1. Step 2, I'm going to loosen this clamp all the way. I'm not going to take the screw out, but I'm going to loosen it up all the way. Okay, you do not want to remove the mass airflow sensor. Let me assure you that you do not want to remove it. And then later on in the video, I'll show you how it's protected. It's really nice. So you can unplug it, and the best way to unplug it is to push on it. I know my hand's in the way, but push on it, then lift the tab, and then it just slides right off. So push, locking tab depressed, pull. Easy peasy. All right, and that'll also expose the screw a little better, at least for the camera. So let's loosen that up. I'm putting my finger underneath because I don't want to loosen it all the way. It's unnecessary. So you see I just loosened it up. Now the box is free, except it's not going to come out. And the reason it's not going to come out, let me look. All right, and the reason it's not going to come out is because it's hinged. There are two hinges, if you can see under my light here, and that's why I said earlier about just lifting the box up to change the filter, how it's kind of designed to do that. Okay, so let's get this off and I'll show you what I mean. So I'll just kind of push back on it, unhook it in the back. Also, make sure your tabs are clear. Make sure everything's clear. And off it comes. See, there's a little hinge there and there. So this is designed to flip up so you can remove the filter. Now let's look at the mass airflow sensor real quick. First of all, it's like 125 bucks. You don't want to replace it, but you see how well it's protected. It has its own filter. So that is really, really nice protection for the mass airflow sensor. Very nice. So here's our air cleaner. Notice the shape. And when we remove it, this is like 25,000 miles. Now it was stuffed full of leaves in addition to the dirt that you may or may not see on here. Okay, also I had cleaned this out and put the air cleaner back in, and that is about 60 miles driving around. See how much dirt is in there? So I'm going to vacuum all that out again, clean it up when I put in the new air filter. All right, we're going to look at some parts real quick. This is called a resonator. All right, this is the air cleaner housing, and you'll notice that there is a hole right here, that is actually tubing. I'll show you where that connects, and that goes into the silencer. At least I'm calling it a silencer from my BMW days. The intake itself, the air that's coming in for the engine to use and consume, is coming in right through here. All right, so under the hood here, you can see two paths. One path is going to the silencer, and one path is going to the air intake. Okay, so I'm going to clean everything up and put the new air cleaner in place. So let me vacuum that out, and then we'll install the new cleaner and then reassemble. Okay, the reassembly is going to be hidden. The air cleaner top is going to be in the way of hooking those hinges back up, but what you do is you just get behind them and then pull it forward, and they just snap right in place. Okay, now remember, the shop is just going to lift up the top of the air cleaner and swap out the filter. They're not going to remove the filter and clean it all out like I did. I'm going to use the hinges just to lift it up, swap out the filter, and put it back down. So if you're anal like me and you want to do this correctly, anyway, what you want to do is, the first thing you want to do is put the air cleaner top back onto the resonator. Then you want to set the hinges. And the way you do that is you take the air cleaner and you hold it up into the top. Just hold it in there and then do all your work. If you try and leave it on the bottom part, you're going to be fighting it, especially to get these hinges back on. Once the hinges are on, you're pretty much home free. But you have to get the hinges on while you're in the resonator here. So the top of the air cleaner box has a little key here, or an alignment key, if you will. That goes right up here at the top. You'll see a little slot there. So you want to make sure that's lined up. So I'm going to line that up, get it in there. Then I need to push it back to make sure that I get the hinges back in place. All right, so once my hinges are in place, notice that you can't see the filter. It's up on top here, so if it drops down, you're going to have to take your fingers and feed it up in here. Okay, notice you don't see the air cleaner. It's because it's tucked up in place. And you want to set it down in position after you have the hinges in place. And then you want to secure the top. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so the issues I've run into are this hinge wasn't secured properly, so there was that issue. So you need to make sure both hinges are secured, and then you need to make sure that the air cleaner element is secured in the upper part of the housing. Then it'll fit in place nice and easy. You can lock it down. Shouldn't be difficult. Nothing should be hard. You plug your tubes back in. Easy peasy. Should be easy to figure out how they go. Shouldn't be an issue. Then we'll tighten our clamp and plug in our mass airflow sensor. Nice and easy. You don't need to over tighten it. You don't need to go crazy. Just get it snug. I have a setting of 2. Could probably be a little more, but just should be snug. Shouldn't move. Your alignment tab should be in the resonator. Then you can plug in your mass airflow sensor again. Now remember, if you're just doing a swap, you don't have to do all that stuff. You can just lift the lid up, pull the old filter out, put the new filter in, and you're done. But anyway, like I said, I like to clean everything up, especially a compartment like that. I mean, it was really dirty. All right, well, thank you for watching.